Hey everybody, what's going on? Josh right here, back again with a new video, and today is kind of a sad day for baseball fans here in the Midwest, here in Illinois. If you're a Chicago Cubs fan, I don't blame you if you're sad. If you're a Cardinals fan, well, we made some moves, just not really what we wanted, but so as I said, it's kind of a sad day here in Illinois. The Chicago Cubs, as you guys know, if you guys hear noises, that's my computer, ended up trading away Javier Baez, Anthony Rizzo, and Kris Bryant are no longer with the Chicago Cubs. They all got traded at the deadline. Cubs also traded away a few other players. They traded away Craig Kimbrell over to the White Sox. I know before the All-Star game, I think around that time, they traded away Jock Peterson to the Braves. I'm going to turn my computer volume down. That way you don't have to hear my noisy computer. That's better. But anyway, I'm going over the trades to see who they traded. Just give out my opinions on it as a Cardinals fan. I know I should be happy about it. I mean, yippee, no more Anthony Rizzo, no Kris Bryant, and no Baez, but it just kind of makes it's really sad. I mean, it's kind of sad watching these players, go away. I mean, I grew up watching these guys also, so, and despite how much I don't like the Cubs, I will always have a soft spot for them. And it's just really sad that that all three of them are gone in less than 24 hours. But yeah, that kind of makes me really, really, really sad. So I pulled up the trades. I know earlier, Jock Peterson, like I said earlier, Cubs actually were sellers at the deadline. Like I said earlier, that on July 15th, they traded Jock Peterson to the Braves for Bryce Ball. Bryce Ball was actually a pretty big prospect for the Braves. He was a first base prospect. He looks pretty good. They claimed Frank Schwindel off waivers from the A's. I guess he's going to be taking over for Rizzo since he's not there anymore. Cubs also brought up Matt Duffy. Matt Duffy, that's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. When I think of Matt Duffy, I think of him with the 2014 Giants. No, I don't want to subscribe to the Cubs. I'm not a Cubs fan. It's kind of weird. This is a team I don't like. Like one of my least favorite professional sports teams, and I'm sad because they traded away all their big players. They also traded away Andrew Chafin, who I remember the Cardinals faced him a while back, and they smacked him. They traded him to the A's for Greg Diekman and Daniel Palencia, first baseman, and a right-handed pitcher. They brought up Austin Romine from, so it looks like he might be catching for a little bit in the major leagues. Trying to find the Anthony Rizzo trade. So that was the first one they did. I just lost it. On the 29th, they traded away Anthony Rizzo to the Yankees in exchange for Alexander Vizcaino and Kevin Alcantara, who is a center fielder. And then Vizcaino, he's a right-handed pitcher. I don't know how good these players are, and then they also got some cash, so they traded away Rizzo to the Yankees. And then the Yankees also added Joey Gallo. I may do a separate video talking about Joey Gallo and then what the moves that the Dodgers did. I'll do a completely different video talking about all the trades at the deadline this year. This video gets like 5 likes. I'll probably do that maybe tomorrow or maybe Monday. So, like I said before, it's kind of sad seeing Anthony Rizzo go. I think out of all of them, I'm a little bit upset more with Rizzo going, because I remember when he was just a wee little lad. I remember when he was first starting with the Cubs around 2012, 2013. He came over to the Cubs just brand new. Came over in a trade with the Padres. The Padres didn't want him. They sent him over to the Cubs. He became a fan favorite just right away. I remember when the Cubs were bad, he was still a fan favorite when the Cubs weren't that great. And then Baez and Bryant came up, and the Cubs started to get really good. Of course, they had Theo Epstein. He used to be the GM for the Red Sox in 2004. He came over to the Cubs. Cubs just went nuts. Of course, 2015 was a good year. They were in the wild card. They beat the Pirates, and then they beat St. Louis in the division series. And then they got swept by the Mets. But they went back the following year, 2016. They won the division, beat the Giants, Dodgers, and then won the World Series. I remember I was watching Game 7 with my grandmother, who's a big Cubs fan. I remember watching Kris Bryant and get the final out ground ball to Kris Bryant. I remember watching Bryant, just the excitement on his face as he threw it over to Anthony Rizzo at first. I don't think I've seen a bigger smile in baseball like Kris Bryant when he was about to throw it to Rizzo at first. And but yeah, it's kind of sad. And then I apologize. My mom came in and talked with me about something. But anyway, as I was saying, it was very exciting to watch that World Series. And then, Anthony Rizzo, good luck in New York. If the Yankees don't make the playoffs this year, I'm sorry, Aaron Boone is not going to have a job next year. The Yankees may end up having a different manager next year. And then moving on to July 30th, the Cubs traded Craig Kimbrell to the Chicago White Sox for second baseman Nick Madrigal and Cody Hewer. I don't know much about Cody Hewer, but Nick Madrigal, he was actually one of my favorite players on the White Sox. And now I have to root for him in Chicago. I'll still root for him, even though I don't want to, because he's with the Cubs. But hey, man, Nick Madrigal, good luck with the Cubbies. Craig Kimbrell, good luck with the White Sox. Hopefully, Tony La Russa treats you well. By the way, if you saw the video yesterday of Tony La Russa, he was like running, he kind of like put his hands on the Indians catcher, like, don't hit my players. Oh my God, that's hilarious. You could tell it's been a long time since La Russa managed, by the way he was running. But yeah, Craig Kimbrell got traded to the White Sox. Dang, he was having a good year too. He was having an all-star year too. I think the Cubs were definitely sellers at the deadline, and hang on a minute. And then to the Baez trade, they sent Baez and Trevor Williams to the New York Mets for outfielder Pete Crow Armstrong. I have heard of Pete Crow Armstrong. I've heard of the name before. I just don't really know how good he was. I know he was in the minor leagues for a while. Actually, no, I think he was a draft pick. I think he was a draft pick for the Mets last year. But yeah, I think he's pretty good. And then the icing on the frosting on the cake, icing on the cake, whatever you want to call it. The Cubs the same day they traded Kris Bryant to the San Francisco Giants for left fielder Alexander Cano and right-handed pitcher Killian. I think I'm saying that right. The Cubs are definitely sellers at the deadline. I mean, to say that they weren't would be an understatement. And it's kind of sad. I kind of feel like the Cubs could have gotten a little bit more back. And again, like I said before, it's sad seeing these three go. And then they also got rid of Kimbrell. And they got rid of Who else did they get rid of? Jock Peterson. Hey, Jock's a free agent next year. I think they're all free agents next year. I know Baez is a free agent next year. I know Kris Bryant. He'll be facing free agency pretty soon. Jock, I know he's a free agent because the Cubs signed him to just a 1-year deal. Cardinals, if you want, we can get him next year. Please try and get him. If not, just keep Tyler O'Neill. Tyler O'Neill's fine. But yeah, it's really sad to see these guys go. I mean, I grew up watching them. I knew during the last few years, whenever the Cubs were playing the Cardinals or whenever I was watching a Cubs game on TV, I was going to be in for a treat because usually when I watched the Cubs before they were good, I just watched them because I thought they were like Comedy Central. I'd always make jokes about whenever the Cubs were losing really bad as good ratings if you're into comedy. But when they got called up, I was in for a treat. I didn't know if they were going to put on a comedy show or they were going to prove me wrong and they were going to beat the crap out of whoever they were playing. Whether it was a team really bad like the Pirates or the Diamondbacks or somebody really, really good like the Dodgers or whoever else. But yeah, like I said before, it's really sad seeing these guys go. I mean, I know I've said that a lot today, but it's really sad. I'm not going to lie. Oh, what's this? Jake Marisnick also got traded to the Padres for Anderson Espinoza. Like I said before, I feel like the Cubs really could have gotten a lot back from these trades. I mean, I think out of all their trades, they got a lot back from the Kimbrel trade. That looks like a pretty decent trade. Pete Crow Armstrong, like I said before, I think he was a high draft pick for the Mets. I think he was their first round pick in 2019. But yeah, I feel like they could have gotten more back, especially for Kris Bryant. I think they were trying to go after Joey Bart for some reason, but that obviously didn't go through very well. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion. I'm a Cardinals fan giving out my opinion on these trades. Like I said before, it's really sad. Kind of hurts the rivalry a little bit with the Cardinals and Cubs. I mean, it's not going to be the same next time we play the Cubs. And instead, at third base, instead of seeing Kris Bryant, I'm going to be seeing Patrick Wisdom, former Cardinal, and he's been doing really good this year. Instead of seeing Anthony Rizzo at first base, I'm probably going to see that Frank Schwindel guy. And then instead of watching Javier Baez at short, I'm going to be watching that Alcantara guy who's been pretty good for the Cubs this year. I'm not going to lie. I actually really like him. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'm giving out my opinion on these trades. Like I said before, it's just not going to be the same next time we play the Cubs. But if you're a Cubs fan, let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are on these trades. I mean, Cubs they're probably not going to win during the next few years. They're definitely not winning this year. Brewers are running away with the Central Division, and then the Reds are like 7 games behind them. 6 games behind them. Cardinals are clearly going nowhere this year. But yeah, Cubs fans, let me know in the comments below. Chris, Javi, Anthony, and then I guess Craig Kimbrel, Jake Marisnick too. Good luck with your new teams. I know Craig Kimbrel will be across town, so I'll so get to see him with the White Sox. Nick Madrigal, good luck on the Cubs. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are on these trades. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll talk to you guys later.